It is time for the freaking death battle versus Aang. Okay, my knowledge between these two characters are I watched the entire series with my sisters, and then we binge watched it, and we absolutely loved the series. And
For
for Genshin
Avatar?
Impact, I gave it like I gave it like 10 minutes before I dropped it.
I used to
Wow.
play it back in the day. I just really like Child/Tartaglia.
And
If you don't know who that is, look it up.
Ether.
And I know DL has a huge grudge because of this Genshin did a certain thing to a certain blue hedgehog for the Game Awards.
So you Genshin
Oh yeah,
Impact
right.
fan.
Didn't Genshin Impact win over freaking like Sonic game at the Game Awards?
It was one over Sonic
for
Frontiers.
for like players' choice because apparently one of the sides cheated with bots.
Oh, that's stupid.
Wait, really? I thought the reason they won it was because they promised the Genshin players that like, hey, by the way, if we win, we will give you guys something special.
Oh, well, they did say that as well.
Okay, so it was two factors. Then, gosh.
Well, that's still pretty dumb if it was still bots, because like nobody likes that shit.
Yeah.
And then people also said I quote, Sonic fans also triggered the Genshin fans in China, and that woke them up into hostile mode.
What the frick?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's always got to be drama with video games, doesn't there? Yippee!
All right then, but let's see this. Yeah, but based on what Yearded told us about, it seems like Aang. I'm still gonna root for Aang. I'm still rooting for Aang. I don't care. I'm not.
Yeah. Also, since it's obviously showing the male avatar, that one's name is Ether. So if you want to call him something other than Traveler, you can call him Ether.
I'm just gonna stick with Traveler. Just easier to say.
Okay, well, whatever.
And okay, this one looks like it's more on adult
Aang, the Avatar versus Ether, the Traveler.
Which journeyman will come out on top in this elemental battle?
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I have not watched a death battle in a hot minute. The last one I watched a lot of was
Water,
the Dance of One.
Fire,
see.
air. Long
Because
ago,
I'm a
the
big
four
fan.
nations lived in harmony, united
Did you
by
not
a
watch
master of the elements,
Persona
the Avatar.
Joker one?
This Avatar
one?
reincarnated as different people.
Yeah,
Yes,
there was
against Giorno.
Yeah, Joker versus
Oh,
Giorno.
wait, no, I did watch that one. I know I did watch that one.
Okay, because I know you were a big fan of both, so I was thinking that's a double watch.
Yeah, I
for
did
Serene.
watch that. Sorry.
All right then.
No, you're fine.
For centuries,
I don't think I've,
all
like,
with
seen
their
any
own
of, like, the
struggles.
more
And
recent-
man, was that true for our boy Aang.
Not at first, of course, thanks to his master and guardian, Yatso.
As a cheeky little air nomad, Aang traveled the world causing shenanigans, all while learning to control the winds with air bending.
Based on the real-life martial art Bagua Zhang, airbending is the most spiritual of the four bending styles, focusing on evading and diverting attacks through circular motions. With even the smallest movement, Aang can create tornadoes, run like the wind, and block hypersonic explosions.
The perfect style for a twinkle-toed goofball like Aang. He even invented
Master
his own
of
technique,
penguins
the air
sledding
scooter.
and-
How does he not fall off that thing?
Oh, that intro. That intro brings in memories.
What the fuck? He's 112, but biologically 12. Weird.
Oh yeah, we'll probably explain it, but essentially
I don't care.
And a glider
I
staff
don't
for
care
flight,
enough
and
to learn the
sky
Avatar
was-
Oh my
man.
goodness, Serene.
You know how it goes. Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Their conquest spread. War was
The
inevitable,
meme that
and
lived.
Aang was the only one who could save the world.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with all that, and being forcibly separated from Gyatso. He was just a kid, so he froze up. Like, literally, he accidentally froze himself and his adorable Sky Bison Appa for 100 years.
Until he was awakened by
That's-
the Water
that's-
Tribe
that's the
siblings
100
Katara
years.
and Sokka. Time wasn't
Yeah, I
kind
do
to
remember
Aang's
seeing a
people.
little bit of
With no avatar to keep balance, the Airbenders, Aang's entire culture, were wiped out by the Fire Nation.
Oh, that's rough, buddy. But Aang took the wake-up call to heart.
As the Avatar, it's Aang's duty to understand the world's people, learning their cultures, their sadness, joy, and humanity.
And what better way to do that than learning how they kick ass?
From the Northern Water Tribe and his twin crush, Aang learned waterbending. Themed around fluid Tai Chi movements, this style controls liquid in all forms to freeze targets, create water whips, and even cut through steel.
Learning earthbending was way tougher, but Aang's friend Toph taught him to stop being a wimpy pushover. Now he can armor himself in stone, move the terrain of entire cities, and fight blind with a sonar-style seismic sense.
Earthbending is themed around the steady stances of Hung Quan Kung Fu, waiting for the right moment to strike head-on.
There was a lot to learn, but even with the world at stake and this moody hothead on his tail, Aang had fun doing it. Who
moody.
can forget the adventures penguin sledding, going through the bending bayous, and living in Ba Sing Se, the city where no wars ever happened.
No,
Yet across his journey, one power eluded Aang,
Eh.
the Avatar state, an enhanced mode of being that came to him in moments of peril.
Sure, if Aang dies in it, the Avatar cycle ends permanently, but who cares when it gives you enough power to wipe out a whole Navy fleet?
Come on, Boomstick. The Avatar state is more than just a power amp.
Jocelyn, how long have you been standing there?
I've been here the whole time.
I lurk where all Avatar talk is.
Through the cosmic power of the avatars before him and the ancient spirit Rava, Aang gains the knowledge and experience of all previous avatars, greatly
Wait, hold on a sec. The Avatar cycle dates back to approximately 10,000 years. Yeah,
That's
Damn,
crazy.
that's old.
yeah, that was until a certain other Avatar thought it was a good idea to cut off the access to the previous avatars. Sora.
Okay.
expanding his
I'm gonna pretend
bending
like
options.
yeah.
Lava bending from Avatar Roku, sonic shouts from Avatar Yang Chen, and even more are theoretically available to him through their memories.
Oh, I get it. You can't just grind your way to controlling the Avatar state.
Right. If Aang wanted to stop Fire Lord Ozai, he needed something else.
He needed onion banana juice.
Ugh,
What?
yeah,
That
technically,
sounds
I suppose. Gross.
Specifically, Aang sought the
I kinda
guidance of
forgot
Guru
what that was.
Pate. Mastering his power meant clearing his chakras, emptying his mind of earthly
Oh, yeah,
attachments.
that.
Seems
That's what got him to
simple,
win.
but this also meant rejecting his feelings for Katara, the person he loved most.
When he had to choose between the world or the girl, Aang followed his heart and it didn't end well.
He got better. Aang was determined to understand the world's people, even
Oh
the
god,
enemy
he has
Fire
hair.
Nation. Something he accomplished thanks to the redeemed
Yeah,
prince.
okay, look. The whole position of the hair is because they know the fact that the Avatar has that symbol on his head. That
Oh
symbol.
well, yeah. I was just joking, be like, oh my god, he's not bald. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
he had to let his hair grow out just so that it could hide it.
I was making a joke.
Yeah.
I
Zuko,
get it.
the
I
Sun
don't
Warriors.
care.
And these
Why
two
can I not
fucking
make a joke?
dragons. Aang was scared of
No,
firebending,
dragons?
but it's totally awesome.
Yes,
it's not
dragons.
just about burning and blowing shit up. Okay, well it is, but there's so much more to it.
Formed from the explosive movements of Shaolin Kung Fu, firebending controls all manner of heat. And through the teachings
I
of fire
think,
and water, he can redirect lightning bending, a
Zuko's
burst of
cool.
atmospheric
Riley's
discharge
so
shot at
cool.
over 200,000 miles per hour.
Iroh, the best uncle ever, used his techniques to redirect natural lightning. So, you know it's the
They
real
can
deal.
lightning
Not
that?
crazy enough?
Yes.
Yeah, it's only the firebenders that can do that because, it's heat.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so they do have to be
Oh.
careful because they can still, because if they do the technique
They
wrong,
can still get electrified or electrocuted by it, I would assume.
Yes.
yeah, and basically
Okay, well,
they
still,
can
that's
actually
still-
die
that's-
from it.
Well, it's still fucking cool.
Yeah, obviously.
But I
At
should
his
also
peak,
say only a
Aang surpassed
few
benders who can
emblems
throw buildings, melt
firebenders
stone,
can
and hold up this
lightning bend.
gigantic library solo. Whooping Ozai's butt should be no problem, right?
Not exactly. You see, the air nomads were pacifists who believed in the value of life above all. Being the last airbender, Aang didn't think his people were truly gone unless he went back on their teachings, meaning he really didn't want to kill Ozai.
So, what, he's just a coward now? Mr. Firelord is about to burn down the entire Earth Kingdom.
Not at all. Are you even listening? Aang was simply at odds with what he wanted and what the world expected, so he needed to make a choice.
Right. In his greatest challenge yet, Aang discovered his true self, making his spirit unbendable and finally mastering the Avatar state.
Making him as strong as avatars who could cause hurricanes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions.
Or in Avatar Kyoshi's case, a new island. As in, she broke off nearly 30 square miles of a peninsula to form a new landmass. But to defeat Ozai, Aang needed one final element, something few avatars had bent before: energy bending.
Not the easiest thing to do, but Aang totally overwhelmed Ozai, severing the tyrant's connection to fire and stopping his invasion, all while keeping his no-kill run intact. The ultimate FU to this warlord's ideology.
Now that the Fire Nation had cooled off,
Ugh.
Aang led a new era of peace with the United Republic of Nations, a place where all people could prosper and where a new generation and a new avatar would take the reins.
He got hitched with Katara. Take that, Zutara shippers!
I will end you.
For all his doubts, Aang fulfilled the Avatar's destiny and then some, and he did
Yay,
it in a
he
way
fought.
that was true to who he was.
Because before being the Avatar, or even an airbender, the greatest thing he could ever be was himself. All in a day's work for a free, fun-loving kid.
Okay, so there's no mention of the movie. Okay then.
Add extra barbecue
here we go.
sauce.
Ad Astra
Alright,
Abasas.
here comes the
Welcome
traveler.
to Tevat, a mysterious
Ether.
land governed by godly archons that drew the eye of someone beyond the stars. Ether.
AKA the Traveler, who escaped his dying world with his sister Lumine in search of the
Okay, now this time I'm gonna pause here because Aether, it's thousands.
His age is thousands, because he's like a weird
Constellation,
thing, nominally.
member of the Adventurers Guild, Affiliations, Knights of Venus.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Bruh.
He's part of a lot of shit. Just to
What the frick?
yeah.
This
Yes.
is the one time I'm gonna pause on this guy because I do have no idea. At least with
I also have very
flowers
little
that bloomed on their
At
lost
least with,
home, only to crash
with
land
Aang, I
awake
know
into an
much more.
apocalypse and get
I
cubed
can
by
only
this
pause.
giant.
Aether, like
Separated from his
Fire
sister,
Emblem,
Ether
smack
awoke
she brew.
again in a new,
Oh my God.
less apocalyptic age, and fished up his own pathetic pet pixie, Paimon.
Oh, not
Yeah, she makes for good
Paimon.
emergency food. With it,
Oh my god, those
emergency
ads.
food.
I remember.
She's always emergency food.
I
We
remember
always call her
seeing those.
emergency
I
food.
remember seeing those ads of like always saying that they pick the option of, oh, she's emergency food, and she just kept on getting frustrated. Like, no, I am not.
It's funny.
Kick the
his
baby.
new guide, Traveler to the windy country
Get the
of
grill- get the
Mondstadt.
grill ready.
To find his link to the past,
Mondstadt.
but got a Breath of the Wild glider instead.
And his first element, Animo, letting him make air slashes, tornadoes, and of course,
Windblade! But guess what? Traveler wasn't the only one with a power like this. Tevat was full of blessed people wielding these relic things called visions.
vision bearers can imbue their weapons and bodies with elemental power, summon items, and use a special, vision to perceive the elements around them.
Normally, they're limited to a single element, but Traveler is just built different. Through Paimon's guidance, he began
Oh wait, say elemental, animal, geo, electro.
So he has
Centro,
Anima, Geo, Electro, basically wind, earth, electricity. Denra, I think, is like healing. Hydro, water,
Yeah,
Pyra,
pyro, fire.
fire. I don't know what the other one is. I don't know what that one is.
Okay, so we got abyssal purification, elemental reactions, elemental sight, item summoning, ninth soul blessing, teleportation. Oh god, that's gonna already that's gonna be bull.
He can teleport.
Sauron indwelling, spirit
Double
breath
buttons.
thorn, and xenochromatic abilities.
Bro, what I don't know.
collecting
Genshin's
elements from
weird.
mysterious statues across Tevat. No vision relic needed for him.
Each nation had a new culture, a new element, a new crisis.
And new character banners. When
Yeah, sure. More characters so to get them to spend the money.
Spend
asked to
money.
play a sleuth for a murder case in Liyue, Traveler wasn't interested. A corpse couldn't tell him where his sis was, but he was roped in anyway and got the Geo ability to form rock constructs and eruptions of
Okay.
Earth.
When Ether ventured to Inazuma, he didn't care about its war with the Vision Bearers and their Archon either, until he saw the suffering caused by its tyrannical rule, and joined the resistance with Electro abilities, fighting the powers that be using electric buzzsaws, thunderblades, and lightning.
He even learned to dodge lightning. Other
Wait, hold on. What did that say?
Using electric
He
buzzsaws,
dodged lightning.
thunderblades, and lightning.
he even learned to
I
dodge.
mean,
Here we go. No, say. Think of the
Think of it as a
catalyst that can reduce the
Raiden Shogun's combat moves. I made it from my very own memory, which means it should be perfectly accurate, unless of course her skills have declined.
Dodge lightning. Other electro users, like my wife Lisa, can conjure storms. No shock.
Razor, my boy.
When my adopted daughter Klee made explosions that raised mountains. Traveler met all kinds of people like this. You know the type.
Okay, not
Twinks.
too bad.
Yeah, Teyvat has its own laws, Boomstick. Many twinks being one of them. Maybe 2 or 3 of them, actually.
Ringmaster.
Shut up, Wiz. This guy's been playing Genshin since launch.
I know everything there is to know about the Genshin meta.
I was like, what? McDonald's?
I feel like that's a meme.
Either can
Oh,
mix
boy.
elements for different reactions. Basically, big elemental combinations. Geo crystallizes materials into special barriers. Electro
Oh gosh, damn it!
Yeah.
You can mix the
The ice
abilities with
creates
it.
barriers, I guess.
Okay then. I don't think Aang can do that unless he's in the Avatar stage. So
Maybe we'll-
again, more disadvantages for him.
with water stuns
Yay.
foes. Animo spreads elements around in swirls of destruction. Boom!
Like how I combine beer and gunpowder.
Exactly, Boomstick. Using Dendro, Traveler can form plant life that, when mixed with water
Okay,
and
yeah,
lightning,
that
makes
is-
homing beams. Yeah, run from that.
Okay, so it's
with enough
grass.
clever thinking and artifact farming, you can combine anything in Genshin.
Okay, we get it. Go lose another 50-50, you whale.
I'll show you a way to drop one on your lap next time you're not looking.
In Sumeru, Traveler later beat Scaramouche, an edgy catboy with multiple elements at his fingertips, all in a time loop that got repeated 168 times.
I'm sorry, a time
Speaking
loop?
of time,
Yep, he was in a time loop. That guy that they mentioned was in the time loop, I guess. I don't know. I stopped playing Genshin after a while.
Ether had control of more than just his own future. Teyvat's fate fundamentally
He can control time. Okay.
So he has cryokinesis, technically.
And he can also control fate.
Death
Yeah,
battle.
he's fucked.
Why
Yeah,
are
he's
you
fucked.
trying to get him to? Are you trying to get Aang killed on purpose?
Yes.
changed in
Kill
ways
the
small
child.
and grand, all through his unending willpower.
Because the Traveler was a descender, someone unbound by the land's destiny. Even this big tree that records all of the world's events had no idea he existed.
Like when he helped defy the judgment of a biblical flood in Fontaine, where he mastered Hydro for his best Cuphead impression with water bullets.
Heck, a dinosaur chose not to blow up the world just because Paimon and Traveler befriended it. If that wasn't cool enough, Traveler can, unrelated, turn into a dinosaur. Hell yeah!
What?
Yo, look at him. Wonder
Oh my goodness!
Oh
Stop!
my god, I didn't know
Why
about
can
that.
he do
That's
so
cute.
much? Oh brother!
if I can
He's
get a
broken.
dinosaur on my Genshin team.
Through these legally distinct Pokemon, Ether can fly. dig
Legally
deep,
distinct, by the way. Also, wait. While the
Shut
Shut up.
where Aether typically
Well,
requires a
typically
Saurian
uses
or
Yeah.
spirit cons to indwell, he could become a Saurian without Ether in the Archon quest, where all hope lies.
I don't know, some quest
Earth
thing.
or charge foes like a Jurassic bull. He traveled across the land, searching far and wide, and finally stopped swinging that one-star dull blade.
Instead, picking up the prototype Rancor, which he wields like a beast thanks to the Swordmaster Skirk, and several straight days of training. What a grind set! Still, Traveler Sist kept eluding him, choosing to hang in the shadows with these Gluminati folk.
A group from Conria, the nation cursed by the gods for messing with the Abyss. Unbeknownst to Ether, his sister had already traveled to Vat in a journey that mirrored his own.
And at the end, she found... Well, we don't really know. Not yet, at least. But whatever it is got her to side with the creepy villains. Lot twist!
Eventually, Ether reached the nation of Natlan to fight in its never-ending war with the Abyss. He gained the Pyro element, learning to launch fireballs and explosions combined of flame with lightning.
He didn't just dabble in fancy pyrotechnics. By connecting with the people there, Traveler achieved Night Soul's Blessing, a power-up state fueled by primordial element juice, strong enough to make a blade of fire hundreds of feet long. Hell yeah, that's strong enough to take down the heart of the Abyss, which is on the level of 5-star waifus like Mawika and the Raiden Shogun.
An Archon who,
Okay, that's gonna be the comparison to 5-star rivals. Okay, what are the feats of those?
I'm pretty sure Shogun's done like a lot of shit, bro. I don't know.
in ages past,
Wait, hold up. This narrow and majestic rift valley runs to the eastern part of the.
Reading, my favorite thing to do.
This extreme side is no natural-
Piss.
sliced
Brother.
Yashiori Island in two.
Oh, okay, so it's island level. Okay.
Yeah, she did that, I guess.
Okay. Maybe this is not as bad as I thought. They said, I mean, the avatars could do the same thing. They could destroy islands. Maybe?
Uh-huh.
That's
You're
cool,
still dead.
But how about when this Venti guy threw a whole ass mountain? According to Paimon, Traveler can level a mountain himself.
Additionally, Ether learned how to use
This claim was directly compared to the strength of a Geo Dragon's Sovereign as
Sovereign. Do you not?
Sovereign as
Jesus Christ.
as Daha, who Aether helped
I don't know how to
defeat.
say
light energy to form a Kuvaki shield, something he used to protect the people of Nodcry by blocking a cannon blast with enough energy to obliterate a town.
This was no ordinary
Oh.
cannon either. It also uses Kavaki energy, so that's a beam of light.
Okay.
They just really just said that it could split the heavens.
Yeah.
Oh my freaking goodness. Okay.
Yeah, I think
For all
Aang is
his
losing.
adventures, Ether had come to genuinely care for Tevat's people.
Yeah,
Maybe one day
yeah,
he
and
will
time to
reunite
pack
with
it
his
up and go
sister.
back to the
But for now, he's
a long
fighting for
road.
a whole new world. His new home.
Ooh, you need a higher adventure rank for that.
Don't you worry, gang. I dumped all my savings into Primo Gems for this. We can't miss when those ice guys trying to kill the Traveler inevitably warm up to him. Still got it.
Hold up. Always does his daily for the guild, saved little one from the Flame Lord's blessing, caught a giant mechanical hand trying to crush him, trained several days straight without rest, shielded a town from the beam. And yeah, I do not know any of
Confusing
these people.
people. Tartaglia!
That's why you're broke as shit.
To Ether, the
guy I
journey
like.
has meaning. The birds of Tevat, the songs of its people, they are all part of it. Even if he's against the abyss itself, a new dawn is somewhere just beyond the stars, and a field of flowers Lumine too loved.
Yeah, I think Aang's dying. I'm gonna say
There's
it.
only one. Okay, there's a specific trump card that Ink has that I.
The Avatar state, you think?
No, not the Avatar. It's the one thing that he killed. He was able to defeat the Fire Lord. It cut his ties with elemental powers.
So
Oh,
energy.
yeah.
Yeah, but there's
Right.
but caveat is that you need to have whoever is doing it against. You need to have a stronger will than the person you're doing it to. If you don't, then you're the one who loses the powers.
Yeah, I feel like that's not gonna end well.
So it really
for Aang.
depends on like, it'd be like, okay, whose will is technically stronger, the will or the Aang's or the Travelers?
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
Like with the
It's
fighting
time
game.
for a
Just
death
came out.
battle!
Alright then.
Good luck, Aang. You're gonna need a.
Twin blade.
Two elements?
Okay.
Yeah, he can do that shit.
Okay. Okay. I will say this though: if you're gonna make him pick a model that looks like him grown up, why would you give him a voice that sounds like the normal Aang?
Just go with
Why
it,
not?
Crash. Why you gotta stop? Watch the fucking video, dingus.
Cute!
Yeah, he would definitely be like that.
I'm gonna come to you. He's still a kid at heart.
Yeah, he still has fun. Wait, what?
He's combining elements. That's what he does.
What's going on? Paimon goes treasure hunting for 2 minutes. Now everything is going kaboom.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but can we eat Paimon, please?
Now she realized it's some emergency food.
Yeah, he's Paimon. It would not put me. Would not make me upset if that happened.
Cool glider! Can it do this?
Cuphead.
Alright. Oh yeah, and can directly hit those things back at him.
Pretty cool.
Come on, traveler! Get up! Never, ever, ever stop moving forward! Remember!
No one fights alone.
Yeah, no one fights alone. Power of friendship.
Oh boy.
That's very tricky.
Oh, he brought the Avatar stage. Oh.
For those who came before, and those who will follow, I am Avatar Aang, the last airbender.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, come on.
Okay, maybe Aang has to. I don't know.
Come on, please.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, electricity.
Oh god.
Through the heights and shallows. Through infinite
Oh, there's
ghosts and ghosts.
Oh.
Yeah, he died.
Oh man, I was.
Way to go, traveler! But does this mean no treasure?
Come on, fuck
And
off.
the dailies are done. What a miss.
This was an interesting pairing, so let's break this down by power, experience, speed, and elements.
First
Ah.
up, power.
Oh, my boy got sliced
Baby.
in half. Come on.
Well,
Aang and Traveler
I'm
could
sorry,
both change the terrain of
your
entire
boy
cities,
has-
and were way stronger than characters that can break mountains. But at their peak, they're both tearing up islands.
Aang's avatar state made him on par with Kyoshi, who created and moved the island of Kyoshi. Similarly, Night Soul's blessing let Ether contend with Archon-level foes like the Raiden Shogun, who split Yashiori Island in two.
With an attack that even Vision Bearers weaker than Traveler can block. So he's definitely on that level.
Kyoshi Island is over 6 miles wide and long. Kyoshi moved the island 17 miles offshore in 2 seconds, so we have everything we need to calculate the amount of kinetic energy this would require.
Turns out it's basically the same as cutting through Yashiori Island, about 3,000 gigatons of TNT. So their power is tied up.
Oh,
Which means
okay.
comparing their
Wait, hold on, wait.
Gigatons of
Even generously scaling Aang to the Moon Spirit, Aether scales to Varka, who aided in pulling down the Frost Moon.
TNT. So their power is tied up.
which means comparing their experience is crucial.
Ether's mastered more elements than Aang, but the Avatar state gave Aang centuries of knowledge.
With the memories and abilities of past avatars, Aang's kit was so extensive in a way Ether had no real answer for.
Not to mention, Aang's training was more focused. Traveler is skilled, sure, but his training was mostly just a means to finding his sister, while Aang's journey was all about mastering elements to combat other elements.
Experience narrowly goes to Aang.
Okay.
However, another important factor to consider is speed.
In terms of mobility, both could roughly match the other. If Traveler was immobilized with earthbending, he could just dig his way out as a dinosaur.
And Aang's airbending and glider meant he could easily counter Ether if he took flight.
But in terms of raw reaction speed, Traveler had it in the bag. Aang bending away lightning is crazy fast, but Traveler could dodge lightning much earlier in his journey, and now he can block that light-speed Kuvaki laser.
While lightning can move over 200,000 miles per hour,
The damn
a beam
laser.
of light can move 186,000 miles per second.
Over 3,000 times faster than Aang. Traveler takes speed by
Damn
a
it.
landslide.
So this all came down to the elements. Who could turn the forces of nature against the other?
At first, I actually thought this was Aang's dub.
Ether's elemental control is remarkable, but most of his attacks are projectiles, spires, and very specific implements that Aang has bent away in the past. Ether has never shown the precision or creative flexibility that we've seen with Aang's bending.
But throw in the combos of elemental reactions and the script flips. Traveler could mix not just his elements, but also Aang's in ways that Aang could not. Bending was Aang's greatest strength, but also, against Traveler, a weakness.
Because Aang usually had one or more elements around him, it gave Ether an easy access point through these combinations. When Aang used fire, Ether could use lightning to catch him in an overload. If Aang used water, Traveler's electrocharge could paralyze him, and so on.
This isn't just a gameplay thing. Genshin characters like the lovely Lisa canonically say this is how the elements work.
And
Oh gosh, damn it, frick! Oh my god, just by a sentence by a freaking character, it had to get ruined.
This is how elements work.
Wait, elemental reactions are also mentioned by the prune on the Phantasmal Piles event quest and her feelings about Ascension
It's mentioned
feature voiceover, so they are still
You just
canon in
put it
modern
like
content. Gosh, damn it!
Unlike Aang, Ether has fought multiple people who can use multiple
Genshin.
elements.
Exactly,
The
yeah.
longer the fight went on, the more Ether would trip Aang up with these
Sorry,
combinations,
I made
some of
look
which Aang
funny.
could not bend.
Aang could redirect lightning, sure, but what about electro buzzsaws, or an electrified tornado, or dendroblasts of pure plant energy?
The Kavaki shield is
Okay, yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to do those, but in grass, that's never been an element you have to worry about. Gosh, damn
It's more like life or plant or whatever. It's not
especially gave Ether a
grass.
strong defense to fall back on. Since it was made of pure light, Aang had no way to remove it outside of brute force.
By comparison, Aang's wind barrier wouldn't block Traveler's elements. It would actually merge with them and create more combos that would target Aang himself. Not a great situation to be in.
And since Ether's powers came from external earthly sources, like those statues, Aang could not depower him with energy bending, even if
God
So
damn it.
there you go. Energy bending would not have worked.
Wait,
Hey,
various
can we get
and no
the
characters
Traveler
in
versus
Genshin
Sonic
Impact
the Hedgehog
infused
so I
elements
can
into
just-
the wind creation, such as Lane Game
Come on.
combining elements
You
with
gotta,
their
you
shield,
gotta.
windshield.
It was still a cool fight.
Yeah, it was.
Yes,
he theoretically overcame Ether's willpower.
Willpower that is strong enough to alter the fate of the entire world.
Ah.
Sorry, Aang, but elements goes to the Traveler.
Okay,
Cinchin
this
is
was still
victory.
a good
Either way you
Death
cut
Battle,
it.
though.
He
Yeah,
was
like
in his
I get your
element.
bias
The winner
towards
is the
your
Traveler,
childhood, but
Ether.
yeah, we
Okay,
gotta think
I'm ready
about
for my
everything.
cameo. Oh.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's enough yapping. I'm interested to see who's the next.
Next
who's the
time
next
on Death
winner.
Battle.
What is it?
What's next?
Wait, I think that's. Wait, was that
Oh, is
Chronicles
it
versus
Ninjago?
Ninjago?
It's Zane.
Armageddon?
Rick?
Rick?
Yeah, Kai?
Hi?
Subscribe and join.
Versus
Yeah, it is, it is Ninjago versus Bionicle.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, I'm actually
Okay.
trying. I'm giving yes. I have not. I've only seen like very
I
little
did watch
of Bionicle.
Ninjago, but I never watched Bionicle.
I know like very little of Bionicle, but yo, Ninjago.
I know
I'm,
very little.
I'm definitely
I
watching
know
this.
nothing about Bionicle. I
I'm
know
go- I'm
a
going
little
to
bit about.
watch- I'm going to watch that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I could watch that, I suppose too.
Okay.
I'm
But
gonna cry for
anyways,
this.
yeah, we take the dubs.
Yeah.
Hey, Death
Genshin
Battle,
fans
do-
eating good tonight.
Hey,
I-
Death Battle, do Sonic the Hedgehog versus the Traveler so I can just watch the Traveler die.
Okay. Let's
I
be,
did. I
let's be-
mean, like
Okay. Let's be fair. I'm gonna be honest.
that feels like a stupid one-sided fight, though.
Yeah.
DL.
Everyone, I have seen people actually want that fight. I'm not
Okay.
kidding.
Well,
Oh, okay.
DL, you do realize the fact that Sonic is the same guy who was able to outrun a black hole. I don't think that Traveler's gonna have much of a chance. Well then, everybody.
And I'm excited
Hope
for the next
you
one.
enjoy
Please-
this death battle. I'm definitely excited for
please,
the next one.
Go have broken feet, please.
What? No.
Please, Ninjago, I'm begging.
Oh no!
I don't really
oh no! Yeah,
remember a
I'm
lot.
pretty sure there are some broken feet on Ninjago, but we'll
But
specifically
then there's
see.
Bionicle, which we probably don't know anything about. So,
I know very little.
Yeah, same here.
exactly. So it's like, hmm.
Well, hope you guys have a fantastic day, and we will see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.